Devin the Dream Haney. You love him, you hate him, you love to hate on him, and the latter of which is what I'm going to be doing today. I hate Devin Haney. He is literally the #1 thing that is wrong with boxing today. What do I mean by that? Well, let's just get straight up and down into it. There is no organization, there is no structure to this video. This is entirely just unbridled rage towards this boxer, because I truly believe Devin Haney is the byproduct of Floyd Mayweather's impact in boxing. In order to understand why Devin Haney sucks so bad as a boxer and as a person and everything in between, we have to understand where he comes from, where this virus started to impact the world of boxing as a whole, and that has to be explained by understanding the history of Floyd Mayweather. Now, everyone knows Floyd Mayweather, undefeated 50-0 boxer, is a 4-division world champion, obviously goes down in the history books as one of the greats. But despite his greatness, he inflicted one of the greatest diseases in boxing history that is still plaguing us to this day. The fact that just because your O is gone means that you are washed and finished as a boxer. There are boxers that in the modern day have 2 losses, 3 losses, but everyone writes them off just because they have losses and aren't undefeated. And because of that, there is spawned an awful form of boxing I like to call running, where boxers realize, oh crap, I might get knocked out, I might get defeated, so rather than take the risk of losing my O and losing what makes me valuable, I am going to just sit there, I'm going to jab, and I'm going to run away, and I'm going to run away with the rounds until ultimately I win. And no more is that apparent with fighters like what just happened this past weekend with Canelo versus Skull, which was by far one of the worst fights I have ever watched. And the whole purpose of today's video, Devin Haney. He is the physical embodiment of I am so afraid to lose my O that I will do anything to protect it. Robbing Lomachenko in a fight where he was clearly getting dominated, clearly getting spanked like a little boy in there, he somehow got away with that win away from Lomachenko, robbing him, and that is a fight that will forever go down as one of the worst drawn-out fights I've ever seen in my life. And then we get to the Ryan fight, right? He gets absolutely mollywopped, he gets absolutely destroyed, and then somehow finds a way to find 0.00001% Austrian in the boys system, and as a result getting the fight overturned and making him undefeated once again. That's 2 times now he's lost. And then you see him against the Ramirez fight, where all he's doing, he is clearly so afraid of getting touched in any form of way from Ramirez that he is just at the point where he's not even throwing shots. And you can sit here and give the argument, oh, well, the boxing purists like him. The boxing purists are fans of him. Even the boxing purists don't like him. Listen to the commentary during the Ramirez fight and tell me if the boxing purists like him whatsoever.
I don't know what we're watching right now.
Still having nightmares from, the rocket left hooks that put him on the canvas.
Counting the number of seconds it takes for a punch to be thrown.
Maybe they're perfectly happy to let Haney do his footwork exhibition all night long and not throw punches.
Maybe getting to the point of the fight now where he might need a baseball bat.
We could buy him a bat or a tennis racket.
If ever a fight was capable of inducing a snooze, this might be it.
I know nobody better not jump on the top rope.
Devin Haney is the ultimate embodiment of I will do anything to protect my O, because it is the only thing that makes me valuable in this space, rather than being like other guys like Ryan Garcia or Tyson Fury or Muhammad Ali, where even if you lose, people will still watch you. Why? Because you're entertaining, because you bring something more valuable to the sport than being undefeated. And I think that is such a horrible way to run your career, because if you lose that O, because inevitably someone is going to be better than you and someone will defeat you. Someone did defeat him, and as a result, people now hate him just as much as me, because why? He is so afraid to lose that O that he will do anything to protect it, even sue. When have you ever heard a boxer sue somebody for beating them up in a boxing match? I have never heard of something more cowardly in my entire life. The judge literally looked this man dead in the eyes and said, son, you are a boxer. You are going to get hit in a boxing match. It was truly the most pathetic thing I've ever read in my entire life. And another thing that I hate about Devin Haney, and this isn't necessarily just Devin, it's Bill, his father. Dear Lord, Bill Haney is literally just such a punk thug piece of garbage that if I ever saw him in real life, I'd want to punch him in the mouth. He's just such a punk. Like, and he has no reason to be talking that way whatsoever. Like, he is like that parent that literally paid for his little nepotism baby to have everything he ever wanted in life, and then gets mad at other people when they call out his child for being a nepo baby. He's just a loser. He's a loser, and I hate his overconfidence. I hate his over here, oh yeah, Devin Haney's the best. Why didn't you address Devin Haney as the greatest boxer of all time? Because he's not. He's not even close. He's not even the top 50 of all time. He has taken vacant belts his entire life. He has avoided fights that will actually give him tough competition. The 2 times he actually did take 2 fights, he lost, but unfortunately boxing's judging system is so corrupt to where they ended up overturning those fights, giving him the win over Lomachenko, overturning the Ryan Garcia knockout. Yeah, as you can tell, there's no structure, no law, no order to this video. This is entirely just rage from dealing with this idiot on the screen. Devin Haney doesn't even get to talk half the time during his press interviews. Why? Because Bill Haney is the one doing the talking for him. His daddy is literally right there next to him all the flicking time for no reason. Why? Because he wants to live off the wealth and success of his son. He reminds me of one of those like dance moms. They'll put their kids through the whole dance program and then just live their life what they couldn't through their children, and it is the most embarrassing thing. Everyone can see it. That, like, no one likes Bill Haney, no one likes Devin. Everyone's tired of dealing with them and seeing with them. The only reason that people are watching Devin Haney, the only reason people are watching Bill and all of them, is to see them get destroyed, see Devin get knocked out, because they're idiots, they're fools, and no one wants to see them fight again. At this point, I don't even want to see the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney rematch, because I'm tired of DAZN platforming this bum. You get me started on the pillow hands. This dude could not knock out nobody to save his life. But I'll tell you one thing he could knock out is the audience. Devin Haney will put you to sleep watching his fights faster than a Minecraft YouTuber goes after children when they hit 1 million subscribers. I suffer from insomnia and I don't really get to sleep very easily at night. So when I struggle with that, I just take my phone, I turn on a Devin Haney fight, and I'm out by round 2. It's truly incredible that he hasn't invested his time into sleep pills rather than boxing. All right, let me tell you the most genius idea you could ever do with a fighter like Devin Haney. Get Devin Haney, get Shakur Stevenson, get them in a fight. You get the sponsor of the event to be Mattress Firm, and then that way when Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson are fighting and they inevitably put the audience to sleep, everyone gets to be comfortable out there in the ring and in the audience. Everyone will have their own personal mattress to go to sleep to, so that way everyone's at least comfortable while dealing with the most horrible fight you've ever seen in your entire life. Devin Haney, ultimately, at the end of the day, isn't the only person who is part of this virus that is infecting boxing, but he is by far the face of it. And I personally am tired of seeing fighters like him ruin the sport of boxing, give these UFC fans credit and a leg to stand on when they say that boxing is boring and nothing happens. Meanwhile, in their sport, half of their fights, all they do is just hug and hump each other the entire time. It's truly embarrassing that we can have such a great weekend like Conor Benn versus Chris Eubank Jr., one of the most historic, legendary fights of all time, true back and forth action the entire time, and then go all the way to New York to have the Ryan Garcia, Rolly Romero, Devin Haney versus Ramirez, and both of those fights end up being garbage and awful, and that's all anybody talks about after the fact and says, oh, boxing washed, boxing's dead. Meanwhile, we just had this fight. It's truly despicable. It's truly annoying to have to deal with on a constant basis. And I'm tired of boxing going down this route because it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be like this. But until we stop platforming people like Devin Haney and focusing on people who are actually entertaining, like the Ryan Garcias, like the Tyson Furies, like freaking Teofimo Lopez. I know he can be going crazy with some of them remarks, but I mean, hey, he's an entertaining guy, and he was honestly the only reason that card was actually good in Times Square, because bro was actually moving like a madman in there, was entertaining, and was making me laugh the entire time. We need more people like that. We need people to focus on the entertainment fight aspect of boxing, because at the end of the day, yes, there is a time and place to be a technical boxer. Yes, there is a time and place to show your skills, show your attributes, and show what all you can do. But equally, I believe the most important thing to keep both casuals and hardcores as a fan is to show that you can entertain your audience. Because if you're that much better than your opponent, you gotta show it. And if you're not gonna show it, then no one's gonna wanna watch you. And then if you go around saying that, oh, I'm valuable as a fighter because I'm undefeated, I don't care. What else do you bring to the table? That's like a girl coming up to you trying to marry you, and you ask her what can she bring to the table, and she just points down to her private parts. It's like, okay, and like, the heck? It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid, it's dumb, and it has no reason being the centerpiece of boxing. And these people need to stop being celebrated immediately in this sport, because ultimately, if we want boxing to come back from the brink, like I believe it is, because of the Saudi Arabians coming in, Turkey al-Shade making the fight matchups that we all want to see, then we need to stop dealing with people like Devin Haney. Anyway, this was a very wild, insane, ranty type of video. I needed to get this off my chest because I cannot stand Devin Haney. It pisses me off having to see him on screen everywhere, on Twitter, on boxing, on everything. I'm sick of him and his stupid thug punk father everywhere I go. I can't stop seeing these bums being pushed by the Ring magazine and all these other boxing promotions when they have no right. They're not entertaining, they suck, they're annoying, they're a bunch of trash bums. They're the most annoying people to watch on screen, in press interviews, and especially in the boxing ring. We need to stop. But anyway, like I said, this is a very organized, unorganized video. This is not typically how I do videos. I just wanted to get this off my chest. If you're new here, my name is Kodiak BND. I post boxing content, whether it be from traditional, influencer boxing, and everything in between. We're gonna be posting new videos every single Wednesday, and a couple sprinkled in between there, depending on how consistent I'm able to be with this stuff. So if you liked what you saw here today, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, send this to your friends, your mother, your father, your brother, everything, and I will see you in the next one, baby.
I can't take no loss. I don't